So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. As you can see, from a different kind of perspective, different kind of environment right now. Reason for that is because I'm in Milan currently, while recording this video. And that's also kind of the topic of today's video, In today's video, I want to, kind of talk about my life currently, right now, kind of give you a life update, a life update of my situation, personal-wise, business-wise, related to Mind Plus, obviously. Just keep it very raw and transparent, because I feel like that's a very important thing nowadays, right? To be transparent, honest with every single thing that you're doing. And in full honesty, it's also something that always was and is very, very important to me. Just to start off with the video, straight away, the reason why I am in Milan right now, that was kind of a very spontaneous move, I didn't plan on coming to Milan, especially not right now, but life, has always kind of presented me with, things and opportunities that made me actually, take the steps to actually come to Milan right now. Now, in full honesty, for quite some time already right now, I was thinking about, taking a break, quote unquote, right? Some time off from everything, because quite literally, the other day I thought about it, actually, I talked about it with a lot of people as well. Since day one, since I created Mind Plus last year, I literally never really take a few days off, completely, I was always kind of active. I was always trying to put out, content, value, help people, obviously, help constantly, pretty much help every single member of Mind Plus, in the community, on the calls, plan the calls, kind of improving Mind Plus as well, getting the ideas, the visions, writing them down and actually executing, those things as well. So every single day, literally, I was doing something, in regards to Mind Plus, which obviously, isn't a bad thing, because, I chose to do, these things. I chose to create Mind Plus. That is truly my mission and my, real purpose in life. To this day, I still feel like that. But still, even though that is the case, I feel like it doesn't matter what you're doing in life, and even if you do something that you truly enjoy and love doing, you need to take a break from time to time. I would even say especially when you're doing something that you love doing, because what a break allows you, to get or to do is obviously, get some time off, clear your mind, really detach yourself from the everyday kind of business, quote unquote, with every single thing that you're doing, all those routines and habits that you have created up to this point, in regards, once again, to the business, to Mind Plus, in my situation. That's what I decided to do, quite literally, right now in Milan. Took some time off. Also really minimized the time I spent on social media, on Instagram, and kind of deleted Instagram, just downloading it, once a day, just to put out, some content, just to keep you guys updated, obviously. But besides of that, I'm just really trying to live in the moment again, because in full honesty, that's also something that I started lacking, being and living in that moment, right? Because, that's also the reason why I'm recording this video. I was so focused and, active with all those things in regards to Mind Plus, right? Now, another thing is, recently a lot of things have been happening in my life. I'm talking about personal-wise, but also, obviously, Mind Plus-wise. A lot of things happened that really impacted me to a certain extent. Obviously every single thing that you're doing kind of to a certain extent impacts you as a person, your decisions, your thought patterns and whatnot. I have to say, for every single thing that happened, especially quite recently, I told you, I am very grateful for those things, because that's exactly, once again, what I needed in that moment, in order to realize, a few things, in order to grow and develop as a person, right? Now, for example, because I know a lot of you guys are very interested into that as well. Quite recently I broke up with my girlfriend, because that's just what kind of needed to happen, that's just what life presented me with, and that's why I also took the step. I kind of got back on track for a lot of things. I kind of got back to I would say to a certain extent, to my real self. I'm not saying I wasn't my real self for the last weeks or months, but still, I just feel very good right now, I have to tell you. You know, a lot of things are very clear, like the vision, like the ideas, the momentum also with Mind Plus. A few things just changed mentally once again, you know. I really miss this state because there's like this certain state that I always have been operating in, you know, that really made me achieve, you know, quote unquote, those things, you know, be able to think about achieving those things, you know, be able to think or like get impulses on how to actually execute those things in order, once again, to get to the position, you know, that I wanted to reach pretty much, right? So that's kind of, you know, like a quick, summary thing. Also personal-wise, you know, in regards to, you know, not being in Vienna like right now, because once again, I think most of you know that I was born and raised in Vienna my whole life. I spent my time in Vienna, you know, school and everything, all my friends, like my whole life pretty much, right? I have it in Vienna. I thought about it, you know, like technically it's almost like what, 1.5, almost 2 years maybe, like soon, that I kind of moved out, you know, or like moved away from Vienna, right? Where I'm really spending a lot of time also in Poland, you know, kind of, you know, separated, right, from my normal life back home, quote unquote, you know, for my mom, you know, for my best friend, for example. But I still have to say I don't regret, you know, I don't regret the decisions that I took back then, you know, because once again, back then that was exactly what needed to happen for me to realize, you know, a few things, right? Like every single time pretty much, that's with everything in life. Now, in regards to Mind Plus, right? Because I think that's also like a very big part that, you know, a lot of you guys are interested in right now. I have been in a very specific state when I created Mind Plus, you know, mental-wise, life-wise, like, you know, everything pretty much, right? And that was also the reason that kind of motivated me to start Mind Plus, you know. That's why I also felt kind of worthy, quote unquote, to actually create Mind Plus, right? To build this thing, you know, to give birth, you know, quote unquote, to this thing, Mind Plus. So that's what I did, right? But especially, you know, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I think, especially in the last weeks and months, you know, I was so focused on the actual, you know, business side of things of Mind Plus, because at the end of the day, even though that is not my intention, you know, that is also kind of a business, right? Mind Plus. This is a business, like a running, functioning business, you know, that operates like every other business pretty much, right? Just the way that I do things, at least I like to think like that, is different than other people. However, to get back to the point, I was so focused on the business side of things in the last weeks and months that I kind of neglected, you know, the core kind of principles of Mind Plus, right? Once again, those core principles that made me, once again, start Mind Plus in the first place. So more and more I was kind of feeling, you know, maybe disconnected isn't the right word to use right now. However, I wasn't in the exact state that I was in when I created Mind Plus. Which also is kind of obvious, right? Because we always develop, we grow, we improve as you know, as a person. So obviously, there's no way I could be exactly the same person that I was when I started Mind Plus last year. However, I just didn't feel truly connected, you know, with like this deep source, you know, quote unquote, like with myself, you know. Still, every single thing that I was doing, I genuinely loved doing it, and I really enjoyed doing it. Obviously, don't get me wrong. I'm sorry. But it just wasn't at a level, you know, that I wanted it to be, pretty much, you know. And that's also why I decided to take this break, to kind of get back, you know, to my old self, you know, to truly connect with myself, with the vision, with the goals, you know, in regards to Mind Plus, to my personal life and everything. And that's why I really enjoy the time right now, you know. I'm truly fully present right now, also recording this video, you know. I literally, you know, had a amazing last 2 days, you know, let's put it like that. Also amazing company, and you know, just was walking through Milan, you know, like through the streets and everything, you know, got some amazing Italian food, obviously, you know. I mean, when you're in Italy, you have to get some Italian food, like the pizza and everything, let's be honest, right? Like no phone almost, you know, no navigation, just walking through the city, which I genuinely enjoy doing that a lot, you know, like always. I always love to travel, I always love to just, you know, be in a new place and just be fully there, you know, without like navigation, like, you know, what's the word, like without distractions, yeah. So that's what has been happening. Also, you know, in regards to Mind Plus, the reason why I kind of changed, I would say, is because I feel like a lot of people, obviously, you know, when you grow as a person, like especially as, you know, a business, or like, you know, public figure, quote unquote, right? I mean, I don't have like millions of followers, but still I'm putting myself out there, right? So I would kind of consider myself to be a public figure in one way or another. So you start to interact with different people. You start to, kind of work with different people, be in touch with different people, people also at very high levels, for example. And all those things, obviously this can be a very positive thing because you start to understand and like learn how these people operate, why these people reach certain levels because of the way they are operating on a day-to-day basis. However, because of that, I also kind of feel like I lost my own kind of way of doing things, right? Because I always love to genuinely create from my heart, like from the bottom of my heart, from my mind, and not really be influenced by other people. And I think that's something that happened also like recently because there was so much noise going on around me, like from different people, advice coming from this side, which I absolutely, appreciate, right? I really do genuinely appreciate every single person that tries to help and everything. However, I just feel like if I truly want to, keep Mind Plus, like make Mind Plus the thing that I want it to be, I have to, stick to what feels good to me, right? Which is truly operating from my heart, from myself. So that's also something I really want to, pay more attention to in the next weeks and months and years to come pretty much as well. By the way, I'm looking down on my computer because I took a few notes. Also I was just, really overwhelmed kind of, at some point with a lot of things because in regards to Mind Plus, maybe, you guys don't see those things, but especially behind the scenes, a lot of things are going on, like growth related, content created, planning, strategy related, like a lot of things, right? I mean, you always just see like the tip of the iceberg, like online, right? And all those things take a lot of fucking time, Back then I never thought, okay, recording a few videos, here and there, like on YouTube or like TikToks, like Reels would take so much time, but trust me, it takes a lot of fucking time. Now, I'm in a lucky position where I kind of know how to do these things because, back in the day when I was younger, I also tried out a lot of things with editing and everything. So I have the kind of knowledge. So up to this day, I've been doing like literally every single thing by myself. Obviously, with Karcz, our performance coach, we're doing like a lot of things together as well. Like, he's putting in also like a lot of stuff and energy and focus, which, I'm obviously really fucking grateful for. So bro, if you're watching, much love, obviously. A little bit, if you know, you know. To get back to the point, but still, it's a lot of things that are, on my head and that also kind of influence how I act in regards to Mind Plus, like the actual thing that Mind Plus is, right? Helping members, to truly develop themselves, to truly master themselves, reach excellence in every single life aspect. And with that, reach excellence also in business pretty much, right? And achieve all their goals. Because of that, I will be looking for, people to kind of delegate certain tasks to, like editing, cutting and all these things. So I can genuinely focus more on like the core principle of Mind Plus, once again. Just one last thing, that I also want to touch on right now. With Mind Plus, since day one, I had a very big vision, I never wanted to be, and I mean that with all the respect, obviously, I never wanted to be like just another online course guy or like, a coach, like a guru, like whatever. That was truly never my intention, I think most of you that, have been following me, have been watching what I do on a day-to-day basis, know that I kind of pay a lot of attention, at least that's what I would say from my personal perspective, pay a lot of attention to detail, to like, quality and value. Like that is literally the most important thing to me. And that's exactly how it was and is and will be always period with Mind Plus as well, like especially should I say in this case. I really want, together with colleagues as of today and future team members that will be, coming on probably at some point as well, truly want to make Mind Plus a very, very big thing, like the go-to place for people that want to learn more about themselves, improve themselves, develop themselves in order to once again improve their life with that, improve their relationships, reach certain goals with their business, for example, perhaps, right? So that's also one thing that we are planning on doing right now, kind of, building bigger things, thinking bigger, which also at the end of the day is a very important fucking thing. Always think bigger, with pretty much anything that you're doing. Think bigger and you will achieve bigger things. Like that's, a fact. I have like a few more things that I kind of wrote down, but I think that's a good kind of, summary, like in a nutshell, like my situation right now. Just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm just gonna enjoy my, the time that I still have left here in Milan, for like 2 more days, roughly like that. And then getting back, to everything, with new energy, new visions, new thoughts and everything to truly once again you know, be able to make Mind Plus the thing that I intended it to be in the first place. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think, you know, to sum this video up, it's very important from time to time to take a break, you know, allow yourself to take a break, especially if you're running a business. This is literally so fucking crucial, you know, to allow yourself to take some time off. You know, it took me a long time to kind of realize that, or like to accept that, or like actually take action, you know, on that. Because also, you know, knowing without doing is not knowing. So I was in that position, but now I changed, you know, this thing, which I'm also very happy about. Feels good, to be honest, not gonna lie. Feels weird as well, because I don't have like the control over anything right now. Collies, you know, our performance coach is taking care of everything, which I'm also very grateful for. But yeah, take a break from time to time. Allow yourself to think bigger and enjoy every single thing in life, because every single thing that happens in your life is beautiful, you know, even if in this moment it may not seem like that, there is like a purpose why this thing just has happened to you, you know. So just be open, you know, allow every single thing to happen in your life, you know, don't block anything, go with the flow, surrender, and you know, appreciate every single thing that is happening in your life. And I can guarantee you, you will be a very happy person, a very successful person, and a very wealthy person. And you know, in terms of wealth, I mean literally wealthy in every single life aspect. I'm not only talking about the financial side of things. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. You know, as always, really appreciate your time. You know, check me out on Instagram below this video. I think you will find a link at AdamK. Also, make sure to check out Mind Plus if you want to learn more about what exactly that is that we are doing at mindplus.energy. Or once again, reach out to me on Instagram, you know, to learn more. So yeah, that being said, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and ciao, grazie.